Are we playing? We'll stop.
Open it up and then
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmaster, and guests. We have a prompt 6 o'clock start, but we're still waiting for a few people, so we're going to take a quick recess and start again in 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, so I'm still open again. Hey. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very nice to see you. Hi, David. How many people are we waiting for still? Good evening, members, Toastmasters, and guests. Welcome to our meeting named Crossroads. We're excited to have you with us tonight and to share our special club with you. And this really is a special club. I know, Toby, you said it's the closest to you. Well, as I said, you are very lucky. This is an amazing club. For those of you on Zoom, please rename yourselves by making use of the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner of your screen to mention if you're a guest or member. To ensure that this is an enjoyable evening, please remain muted unless speaking and to keep your cameras on to the best of your ability. Due to our growth as Toastmasters, we record our meetings, so if you don't want to be on social media, you're welcome to keep your camera off. For online, we use jazz hands for clapping. And in the room, we make use of clapping to the best of our abilities. You'll see this is a very encouraging environment, and that's why people speak. And they, even when you start or when you're super nervous, you'll see everyone grows, and because of the incredible, encouraging, and warm environment that we have here at ToastEd. If you need the bathroom, the bathrooms are to the back and to the left. And before I hand over to our president, Justine, I would like to read our club promise. ToastEd Toastmaster Club promises to provide a positive and supporting learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And I can really attest to that. I think everyone who's been here for a little while, hey, Maximina. Hello. You can start off quite nervous, or some people start off super confident because that's just who they are. But we all grow and we all develop, and we have all grown in confidence. I wish you an exciting and informative evening. Hi, Jeremy. And we'll leave you in the hands of our wonderful president, Justine. Evening, everybody. Welcome. Nice to see all your faces. Hi, Michaela. Long time. It's been a very long time. Yeah, welcome to our evening with the theme Crossroads. I feel like we have all been at a crossroad in our life, correct? Whether it's at an intersection or whether it's a big crossroad in your life that you have to overcome. And often what delays these big crossroads decisions is your fear. And we sit and we go, what if this doesn't happen? What if I can't do it? What if? We have them all the time. But I think what's important is that we need to remember to be logical and realistic, because we need to make the outcome come out all right in the end. But what I want to encourage you to do is to try to visualize this path that you might go on, and visualize the success that you are going to have when you take on this new crossroad or when you take on this new journey. And that's just my 2 little cents to welcome you to the evening. We have got a very special person we would like to just celebrate quickly before we go into the meeting. And that is our dear and wonderful Julia, who got married in December to her wonderful Oliver. So we wish you all the love and success together in your happy marriage. And we just have a little something for you. Please come and sit your part.
It's a pleasure. All the happiness and love to the both of you.
Wow.
Ooh.
2 minutes?
You have 2
Impromptu?
seconds. 2 seconds.
Okay. Guys, getting this flower is something very special. It possibly comes a little bit later. When I started Toastmaster, I was in a completely different space. Not that Toastmaster is completely responsible for it, but let's give it some credit. So now, actually, being married to the most amazing man on this planet we met 5 years ago, then my son, who is turning 30 next week, got engaged last Saturday. Oh. I moved in this beautiful house we found last year, renovated, having now this, we call it the Cape Hill Villa. So if you believe in magic and in love, this is definitely something what's happened for me in the last 45 years. So it took a while, but I really feel like I'm picking the cherries I really worked very hard for. And that because I was brave and I had the courage to actually be at the right crossroads and turn sometimes in ways where it maybe was a cul-de-sac and I have to turn back. So everyone who's here today for the first time, I encourage you to take everything you can in your imagination to be and do the greatest you can do for yourself, because it's absolutely possible. And I'm super excited. I don't know what else can come, but I'm really going big now.
Great. Nice little background for us. We have some wonderful guests. I don't think anybody quite online. We've just got some special guest speakers online. But I'd just like to quickly hop around the room and say to all of our guests, welcome, firstly, and just to share with us what has brought you to Toastmasters this evening. So I'm going to start here. Mohammed, welcome. Welcome. What has brought you to Toastmasters this evening?
For me, I just study here.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Welcome. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Yeah.
What has brought you to Toastmasters this evening?
Julia spoke about it about 2 weeks ago, and then she told me what it's all about and what happens here, and then I said, I definitely have to see it. So here I am.
Great, welcome.
So I am here because I want to improve on my storytelling and how to actually influence and persuade people through presentation and through speech.
Great, in the right place. And Jan, what brought you here today?
I'm here for film. There could be some of the skills we can see definitely outside of my class.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
I've been meaning to go to Toastmasters for a while, actually, and have a bit more time on my hands these days. So I thought I'd take the plunge. And as you said, I live like 5 minutes away. So
Okay, perfect. Great. Well, welcome. Thank you. Father, welcome. What has
Thank
brought
you.
you to Toastmasters today?
About me, my name is Bdah Abdelmal Bishi. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm here for study English, and I have teacher private. His name Kathleen. Thank you, teacher, and nice to meet you.
Thank you. Yeah. What has brought you to Toastmasters?
Thank you. So I'm here more about career growth. So
Okay.
I feel I could benefit from learning how to speak well and the like.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Hello, thank you, Faris. So I come here today to improving how I choose a right decision, and I need this for a long time.
okay.
This skills. And welcome everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Hiroto. I'm here for studying English, and I will stay here for only 2 weeks,
Okay.
but I'm excited about South Africa.
Yes.
And I'm from Japan. Nice
Okay,
to meet you, everyone.
fabulous. Welcome. So you are a second-time guest. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. Nice to meet those who I haven't met before. But I'm here because I enjoyed the last one so much. And yeah, I think considering joining. So
Oh,
yeah.
amazing. Fabulous. Thank you. And good to have you back. You're also a second-time visitor. Welcome back.
Exactly. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thanks for having me back. I really enjoyed the last time very much, and it was a fun and super interesting evening. So I'm back here for the second time.
Fabulous. Thank you. Nice to have you. Oh,
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm here for personal growth and career growth. I've always struggled to speak publicly, so I want to improve on that. And then I spoke to Justine about it. Perfect source. I didn't realize she really was the president. So yeah, happy to be here.
Great. Thank you so much for joining. I'd just like to quickly say hello to our guests online. We've got David. Hi, David. Welcome.
Oh, sorry. Do you want an intro as
Oh,
well?
no, you're fine. Oh,
Yeah.
What's up? David, won't you say something again so I can hear you?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Four, five, six.
Oh, maybe I need to do it here. Let's go again.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Got you. Okay, thank you. Thanks for being our test speaker. And then we have Alex. Hi, Alex. Nice to see you. Welcome.
Hi, Justin. Nice to see you. Hi, guys. I'm from Taiwan, District 67. The reason I'm here because I couldn't go to sleep. I was so awake. I don't know why. So I'm happy to be the speaker for tonight. Thank you. Thank you for having me, everybody. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Welcome. Gideon, would you like to share what has brought you to Toastmasters this evening? Not today.
Hi.
Hi, Gideon.
Hi. I'm an ex-Toastmaster, so I'm thinking of rejoining this year sometime. So I'm just kind of like visiting a few clubs.
Okay, welcome. Yes, you were the chief judge last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you're gonna forget that. But I see you very sharp.
Well, thank you for joining us, Gideon. Nice
Thank
to
you.
Pule, would you like to say hello to us? Not today. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for being with us, and we look forward to a fabulous evening together. For anyone that speaks, so when you are doing a speech, I think this evening mostly we have table topics happening, which is the fun part that comes later. Here is your microphone. We're just trying this online for our online speakers, just to see that the sound is a little bit better. So it's here. It's got a yellow little ribbon on, so no one steps over it. And when you are speaking to everybody in the room, please also be mindful of our online members. So that is an additional member that you have a look at when we are speaking. I also just want to, for those online, I think you can see over here, we have a tree of life. This, I would love to encourage all of our members to please come up and write your name and set your intention for your Toastmasters year. We've got some confidence, we've got courage. It's a couple of words up there already, but please put your name down and just choose a word that you want to strive towards fulfilling in your Toastmasters year. So please do that. And then we have to acknowledge we had our contest last week, Tuesday, and we have to acknowledge all of our participants. Everyone did such beautiful speeches. They spoke from the heart and they were just outstanding. So thank you to everybody that participated. And we have to acknowledge our winners. So we have got Lawrence, who is going through to area on the 16th for the international speech contest. And we have got, is Nina doing table topics? And Claire's doing evaluation. Okay. Then Mina is going through to the table topics competition.
And then we've got Claire, who's representing our club, who's unfortunately not here this evening either, in the evaluation contest. So congratulations. We look forward to seeing them. So there'll be an area on the 16th of March. So if you are available, it's I think at 9 o'clock in the morning, just hop on to Zoom and we can support them in that way. I would like us to all please raise our glasses. If you could all please stand. And those of you on Zoom, please unmute yourselves. We want to hear your beautiful voices. And we just raise our glasses and we raise a toast to South Africa and all her speakers.
South Africa and all her speakers.
Yeah. I now have the pleasure of inviting our dear Catherine. She is our Toastmaster of the evening. That means that she is the MC for the night. She helps ensure that the meeting runs smoothly. She introduces all the different role players of the evening. It's her first time doing it for our club, ToastEd. So I would like to ask you to give her a very big warm welcome, Catherine.
Thank you so much. It's so super to be taking up this role, and I couldn't have done it without our lovely President Justine's support every step of the way. So thank you, Justine, and also to a wonderful committee who I think are incredibly dedicated and make these special nights happen. So let's all give the committee a big round of applause. Come on. So tonight's theme, as we all know, is Crossroads. And I've got quite a funny story to share with you, and it's a story that's actually true. I read a story about, I think she was an 80 or 90-year-old lady, and she decided that in her old age, she either had to have a toss-up of the option of going into an old age home with lots of other sort of people on quite a downward spiral with their health and what have you, or fortunately, she was wealthy enough to go and live on a yacht. So she decided the yacht was a better option. She loved drumming. So she was at a crossroads in her life, whether to go into the old age home or whether to do something a bit risque and go and live on a yacht, which travels continuously. And in that way, they had a doctor on the yacht. They had a dentist on the yacht. She loved drumming. She loved a good party. She could go along if anything happened, if she had a fall or hurt herself, there would be somewhere around. So she was at a crossroads in her life, and she decided to go and live on the yacht for the last, I think, 5 years of her life. So there's a lovely story of someone in their 80s or 90s who was at a crossroads and who decided to take quite a decision, quite a alternate decision, shall we say, and it all turned out very well. So what I would like you to do is turn to the person right next to you and just chat for, I'll give you 2 minutes, everyone. Just chat quickly about an area in your life where you feel that you're at crossroads. Perhaps it's if you want to join a company or you want to go out on your own, perhaps it's hobbies or something personal, or do you want to carry on studying for another year or go back to your countries or whatever. So just have a chat with someone and then give them a turn and chat about where you are at crossroads in your life. Jeremy, sorry.
Can I have 5 minutes?
No, I've only got 6 minutes. So go for it. Yes. Okay. So for online members, Okay, guys, 1 minute to go. So swap. 1 minute Right, guys, 30 seconds, and then we stop. Okay, let's come back to a halt. Okay, and I'm sure there were some lovely comments there in our chat with our online ToastEds. Yes, yeah, great. So I'm just so astounded what a beautiful cosmopolitan evening it is. Wow, we've got people from Thailand, Angola, we've got our Saudis, our Yemenis, we've got people from Japan and South Africans, Germans, people from all over the world. So it's going to be a very, very cosmopolitan evening. So I hope to see you all during the snack break, mingling and mixing and meeting all sorts of different nationalities and new people. Hey, okay, so the evening will continue now. Just something very, very exciting I just want to mention, Sean will go into in more depth, is we have 2 speakers tonight, and after them, Sean will be flighting on the big screen here, a 2000, a talk, am I right?
2015 winner.
Yes, a 2015 winner, giving his hot tips, am I right? About
Well, he will give his speech, we will critique it.
Wow, so he was a 2015 Toastmasters International winner, and Sean has very kindly got his speech ready for us, so you can see a really, really fine speaker there. So that's such a treat to look forward to. And I now hand over to Sally, who's going to give us the word of the day, so be sure to use it, and also who's going to describe the role of grammarian. Let's all give Sally a round of applause.
So I am grammarian for the evening. I stepped up out of my comfort zone, just so you know you can do that too. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage and take note of misuse of English. I might not be so good at that one, but I'm going to really be listening out for quotes and sentences that interest me, and just really listen, because that's a skill that I really want to work on. And listening is a big part of Toastmasters as well, because we do a lot of evaluations. But my other duty today is to introduce you to the word of the day, which is intersect, and which means divide something by passing or lying across it. So intersect. So a sentence would be, the roads intersect near the bridge. Good luck. Have a lovely evening.
Okay, thank you to Sally. And we now have, if I can call up Thabang online. Thabang is going to give us an overview of the R counter role. Thank you, Thabang.
As I was at the crossroads of selecting whether to be a timer or something else, Sean quickly came in and intersected and said the timer role is taken by Helanda. So could I be the R counter? And that's what I'm going to do today. Greetings, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter role is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I'll also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I'll report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions.
The rules.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Thabang. Beautifully put, and I think it was very clear what that role is. And now if we can hand over to Halanda, who is going to explain the role of timekeeper. Halanda, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Hello, everybody. As timer, I will time the formal speeches, table topic speakers, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red backgrounds in my screen, which denote specific times remaining. Formal speech should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will display the green background. At 6 minutes, I will display the yellow background. At 7 minutes, I will display the red background. Those giving speech should limit their remarks to their speech times. Tabletop speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will display the green background. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will display the yellow background. And at 2 minutes, I will display the red background. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will display the green background. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will display the yellow background. And at 3 minutes, I will display the red background. Thank you, Madam Toastmasters.
Thank you to Halanda. That was beautifully and also very clearly put. That's super. And the next role, which I think anyone that's been in this club a while knows, I normally do the role. And I love the role, but I'm not possessive of it at all. So Julia is standing up to our role of Fine Master tonight, which is very exciting. So it's great to be handing it over, and it's great. I know she's going to do a fantastic job, and Julia's going to explain it to you. Let's give Julia a round of applause.
A great fine master. You are actually you created a fine master, and then you asked me earlier if I can do it. I said, "Oh, I'm not listening." How is actually the role of the fine master? And then I realized I do listen, and speaking, especially in the speech club, and what I learned here is to listen. And I will today to listen to everything you say and do, and things you do or you don't do, and write it down. And then I look out for some things who just stand out. Maybe something special I notice what you're doing, or something you're not doing. And then I hope you got enough cash money in your pocket. You got cash with you? Small coins, big coins? Because I will find you. And I don't find you for something bad. I will find you for whatever I make up. So I have the pleasure to do this fine master role today, and looking forward later to come with the pot and collect as much money as possible.
Oh, yeah. Well done, Julia. That's great. Yes. Okay.
He starts well.
Sorry, I just need to look here. Okay, so just a note on that, Julia will come around with a glass at the end, so you can just pop in a few coins. You don't have to put the 100 notes or anything, just 5 rand, 2 rand, 50 cents. Or
there's
you want to
ATM
put
downstairs.
whatever, it doesn't have to be
It's
a
about
huge amount, yeah. Okay, so if we can now call up Sean. Sean is going to give an overview of Alex McGree's speech.
Okay.
Sorry?
Dave McGrath.
Dave McGrath. Sorry, Dave McGrath.
David. Let's call him David. It's his name.
Dave, okay.
Let's not call him Dave. Let's not get too
Yes.
familiar. He might not want Dave.
Okay, and Sean will be evaluating David, and he's going to give you an overview as to what he will be looking for in the speech and what the outline of that particular speech is. So let's give Sean a round of applause.
So David, his speech is your best friend, and David has been a Toastmaster since 2016. He lives in Scotland, which is Division S, and is part of the District 71 UK and Ireland. He is a virtual speaking coach and author of 4 #1 Amazon books, best-selling books, and he has won the divisional title in every contest and has finished 2nd and 3rd in the District 71 contest. So he's using this speech as a precursor to the contest that's coming up. I welcome Dave McRae. Dave McRae, your best friend.
He has long blonde hair, his arm is in a sling, and there's ink all over his fingers. This is who I find myself sat next to on my first day of high school. What'd you do to your arm?
Well, I was on my bike and I didn't have any brakes. I fell off at the bottom of a hill and broke my collarbone.
Who's this genius I'm sat next to? Turns out, he's going to be the best man at my wedding. From that very first day, Brad and I are opposite ends of a rainbow. I'm tall, he's short. I'm academic, he can't wait to leave school. I'm an extrovert, he's an introvert. But we soon find the commonalities between us. Schwarzenegger movies, zombie apocalypse planning, and dad jokes. And we fast become best friends. Another thing we bond over is our shared love of house music. In our early 20s, we're at a rave. After hours of sweaty gyrating, we have to go outside for some fresh air. As I sit there on that cold street with Brad, he turns to me.
Dude, I've got to tell you something.
I wonder what Brad has to tell me. We've been best friends for over a decade. We've seen each other naked. There are no secrets between us anymore. What is it, man?
I'm bisexual.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. How long have you known?
Well, I started going on some dates with guys and I've really liked it. But I guess I've always known. Did you ever guess?
I had no idea. I feel like a terrible friend. What do you do when you feel like you've totally let down your best friend? We grew up in rural Scotland, not a cosmopolitan place. In our high school friendship group, there were a bunch of young, insecure men trying to prove themselves. When you thought something was rubbish, you said it was gay. When you wanted to insult someone, you called them gay. And gay was the nicest word we used. I've called Brad homophobic slurs in the name of banter. When have your words pushed someone down to try and pull yourself up? How was Brad ever supposed to feel accepted when even his best friend was part of the problem? You see, I was living in my little straight bubble And the little straight bubble protects you from the challenges that queer people like Brad have to face. The bubble is opaque, and it's not until someone you love comes along and pops it that you see the world how it really is. The year he comes out to me, Brad hosts a New Year's party. I sit in a room opposite a man who keeps on calling his companion homophobic slurs. I snap. Hey, you realize the host of this party's bisexual? What? I'm just joking. Can't you take a joke? That man was young and university educated, but he wanted to diminish people who were different. Brad invited him into his home with an open heart, and he got rewarded with a closed mind. Last year, my wife's at a Pride March with her job. She's walking home covered in rainbows. A group of schoolboys, still in their uniforms, walk past her. As they do, one turns and spits at her. Why is different disgusting? These examples are not dinosaurs of discrimination. They are a dynasty of discrimination. How do we stop this generational hate? This hate is just a fear of difference. That first day in school, I could see there are a lot of differences between me and Brad. But there was one difference that proved the most significant. I'm straight and he's bi. That makes life easier for me and harder for him. I don't deserve that privilege, and he does not deserve that punishment. He had a difference that he was afraid of expressing, that he was worried that even his best friend would judge him for. We should not be scared of our differences. We should embrace them. Because here's the thing. Brad and I are not best friends despite our differences. We're best friends because of our differences. Brad brings color to my life because he's different. Brad teaches me things because he's different. Brad encourages and motivates me because he's different. And when we give others the permission to be different, we all benefit as a result. That's why I believe we should treat everyone like they are your best friend. When your best friend expresses themselves, you support them. When your best friend is attacked, you stand up for them. When your best friend doesn't have the same level of equality that you do, you fight for them. And when you realize you haven't been a good enough friend, you make it right. When I shared this speech with Brad, he said, "Well, dude, if you want to make it up to me, you have to do the speech wearing the gayest shirt you can find." How'd I do? I love Brad, and I'm proud of him for having the courage to embrace his differences. Will you have the courage to be a best friend and help others embrace their differences? Toastmaster.
Good speech.
Wow, wow, wow. What a wonderfully significant and topical and sensitive topic there, David. Thank you so much. I think you completely held us all with a very powerful and very relevant speech to the world today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. We were very held by that. Okay, so the next speech will be evaluated by Chantal. And Chantal will be evaluating Alex Shee on his speech, The Power of Words. So over to Chantal. Thank you.
Welcome, Alex. Looking forward to evaluating your speech. Alex is practicing for the speech contest, and so the quality of the speeches are incredibly high. And there's a specific criteria that the contest speeches are looking at. So I will just name things that I will try and assist him with, because this is also an area that I'm growing in. I'm growing in evaluation. So I will be trying my best to evaluate on the specific criteria, what the judges are looking for in the international speech contest. They will be looking at the content of the speeches, how the development of the speech is written, the effectiveness of it, and the value of it. How relevant is it? For instance, the speech, previous speech is relevant to today's society, the delivery of it, and the kind of language that is using. So over to you, Alex Shee, the power of words. The power of words, Alex Shee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bible says our tongue is small, but it has power. It can destroy others. Also, it can build somebody up. We, as a human being, we were designed together with mouths to get a message across. We can say something to encourage others, or we can say something to hurt others. So which one would you choose? Would you choose to grow others or damage others? I got my very first job in 2009 as a bellman service in a 5-star hotel. Actually, it's really fun to work there as a bellman because it has really good advantage of working there as a bellman. I can get tips from the guests as long as you know how to make them happy. I remember I got $400 for tip per month. So in the beginning, I was so happy as I working there until one day I got a complaint from the guests. Because of the experience, I had different point of view about working in the hotel. One day, I saw a guest looking at the lift. He seems in a hurry. I asked him, hey sir, may I help you? What's up with the lift over there? I can't believe it's a 5-star hotel, but it takes me so long. Because there are many people checking out, so it takes so long. I said, I'm sorry, sir. So we are so sorry about the inconvenience because there are many people checking out. Hey, I'm in a hurry. I need to get a car downstairs in the basement now. I said I'm in a hurry. I'm sorry, sir. I said now because he was really impatient. He seems in a hurry. So I try to get as much help from others as I can. I went to the carpool service, nobody there. I went to the concierge department, nobody there. So the only thing I can do, I saw a staff entry back there. Maybe I can do something for it. So I direct the guest from the entry, from the staff entry to the basement so he can get his car. I thought I'm so proud of myself. I thought I solved the problem for the hotel. Guess what happened the next day? The next day, when he was checking out, he went to the front desk. He was yelling at the staff over there so loud. Hey, I can't believe it's a 5-star hotel. I don't feel I was treated as a VIP guest. Ask your manager. Tell him. Tell her. This time, I would not pay for the service charge because he was so loud. So in order to avoid the disruption, so our manager she came out. She brought her to the cafeteria right next to the front desk. So to understand what's going on. 30 minutes later, the manager asked me to go to her room. Ooh, it was scary because it was my first time to be asked to the office of the manager. As far as I know, the manager was really mean. She has really special nickname, Lady Shark. Lady Shark. I prefer to have a Lady Gaga, not a Lady Shark. So I went to her room and she looked at me like this. Hey, what's up? What happened to you? You didn't say what's written on the door. It says staff only. Guest is not allowed. You didn't know that? It's your first day to work here? I'm sorry, manager, because he seems in a hurry. So the only thing I can do is to solve the problem by taking him to the downstairs. So, oh my goodness, you are not professional. I can't believe it. I was wondering who was interviewing you to work here. Because of what you did, you made our company to lose money. We could not collect the service charge from the guests. Because of what she said, I realized our tongue is small, it has power. It's our choice to grow others, and it's also our choice to destroy others. Because of her word, I was worthless. I feel that everything I do was nothing for the hotel. I was so unhappy. A few weeks later, I was transferred to a different department, room reservation. So, the supervisor there was sort of different from the manager I had before. She was kind, she was nice. She seldom say something mean to her staff when we are making a mistake or something. One day, I made a huge trouble. I remember I tried to book a room for the guests, but most of the room were occupied. It's 99% full. And there's one room left, which is penthouse. But I didn't know that. So I booked the room with the price of a basic room. Later on, the manager found out. She said, Ellen, I think there's something wrong with the room price here. Can you explain what's going on? I was so shocked. I was so nervous because penthouse was so expensive. It's like a $400 per night. I don't think I can pay for it per night. And then she said, Alice, take a breath, calm down. Alice, actually, there's something I can solve it. What I can do is I can upgrade one of the VIP guests to the room, so you don't need to worry about it. But Alice, remember, don't repeat the same mistake. She was so encouraging. So she made me feel I need to perform my best. Therefore, I didn't put her in trouble. Based on both experience, I have realized both managers have told me that I need to be cautious, but both managers has different words. They will really affect how I perform and how I feel. So I have realized our tongue is small, but it has power. It can destroy others or it can build something else. So which one would you do? Grow others or damage others? Or Toastmaster of evening. Thank you.
Wow, Alex, what a speech. It's always so lovely to see such distinct hand gestures and such passion being shown for one's speech. Brilliant facial expressions, and I think a very good example of good gestures coming through with the hand movements. So well done. Very interesting speech. Thank you. So now we are going to move on to Helanda, who is going to give us the timekeeper's report on both speeches. And just before we do, you will see in front of you these little, I'm just laughing because I'm a big supporter of these little slips here. These are for our woohoo notes. So after the speeches, during the dinner break or at the end of the evening or whenever you like, it's really nice for our speakers to just get a little woohoo note saying something about their speech, some praise, some encouragement, what you liked, one sentence, two sentences, whatever. Or if there's a particular role player here in the evening, it could be somebody on the committee, could be our art counter, Gamarian, could be me, whoever you want, and you want to just write them a little note. It's always lovely to just give them. It's also a way of connecting. Perhaps it's someone that you've never actually spoken to and you think, oh, well, here's a chance to give them a woohoo note and have a bit of connection. And for those of you online, if there's somebody online that you would love to give a woohoo note to, one of the speakers, you can always write the note, screenshot it, and the committee can give you their number to send it to them. Or if you are online, you can obviously put it in the chat. Okay, so I really encourage you to go wild with your woohoo notes for our speakers, and if you like, for the role players. Thank you. So I shall hand over to our lovely Halanda, who always does such a great job as timekeeper. So let's give a round of applause. Halanda, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. I have for David 7 minutes and 41 seconds, and for Alex 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Okay, super. Thank you, Halanda. And now I'm going to hand over to Sean for our treat of the evening, which is the speech by Mr. Evans, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Evans Duha.
Top international speaker, Toastmaster in 2015. Thank you, Sean.
So, you know, when we look at people that have reached that level of perfection, there's always something we can learn from them. And that's what we want to use this piece for. But there's also something that we can gift ourselves. If we can just go and say, what would we take from that person? What could they improve on? So what you want to do when you've got those notes that you've got, write down, if there was something I would take for myself, if I would steal with my eyes, what would I take from that person? That's the one thing that you're looking for. Then you would want, what is one thing that that person could have improved on? Now remember, that's going to be very difficult because this guy won the 2015 contest. So, but be critical, because this is your opportunity, because, you know, when we look at things critically like that,
The Power of Words, Muhammad Quatani.
What? All you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something. Do you know that the amount of people dying from diabetes are 3 times as many people dying from smoking? Yet if I pulled a Snicker bar, nobody would say anything. Do you know that the leading cause of lung cancer is not actually a cigarette? It's your DNA. You could smoke for years and nothing will ever happen to you. This whole war against smoking is just to restrict the farming of tobacco. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I use these arguments, even though I just made them up, with a group of my friends. And the results, 5 of them believed what I said. 2 of them started smoking. Words, when said and articulated in the right way, can change someone's mind. They can alter someone's belief. You have the power to bring someone from the slums of life and make a successful person out of them. or destroy someone's happiness using only your words. Does that seem a bit too good to be true? A simple choice of word can make a difference between someone accepting or denying your message. You can have a very beautiful thing to say, but say it in the wrong words and phew, it's gone. I have a son who's 4, and he had this bad habit of writing on the walls with crayons. And one evening I walked into his room and he's going at it, just writing and drawing and so on. And I said, hey. Are you stupid? Don't you ever do that again. And guess what happened? He did it again. Nobody likes to be threatened. Nobody likes to be intimidated. His pride would not allow it. He did it again just to spite me. A week later, I walked into his room and again, he's going at it. And this time, he was even looking at me just. I came down and I said, sweetie, come here. Don't do that. You're a big boy now. And he never did it again. Because his pride wants him to be the big boy. Have you ever wondered why nobody cares about global warming, even though it's a very serious issue? It could kill all of us. Because when you go home and you flip on the TV and you see a scientist trying to talk about global warming, it goes something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see from the graphs here, the statistics for 2014, it shows the water level is rising. This table shows that the monodioxide level on the third ozone layer is in a very alarming position. The message never get across. But most importantly, if you are a person who's a role model, if you're a person who's been admired, anything you say could be believed. Anything you utter could be taken as truth. My friend Nasser, he loved his father, idealized his father. He would do anything to make him happy. But his father was the kind of person who's not easy to impress. And year after year, Nasser tried, and his father was like, yeah. First year in college, Nasser got straight A's. And he thought to himself, this is it. This what will finally make my dad proud. He picked up the phone. He called his dad. Dad, I got straight A's. Are you proud? Please tell me you're proud, Father. Yeah, listen, son, I'll have to call you back. I'm busy. I'm busy was the single sentence that broke the camel's back. And he started drinking, doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong crowd. Nasser, why? Why are you throwing your life away? If the one person in the world that I care about the most doesn't care, then why should I? And one evening I got the phone call. Nasser's in the emergency room, drug overdose. I rushed to that hospital. I saw him on that bed, and I saw that machine go beep, beep, beep. And I saw doctors try to bring him back to life. Clear! 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 It's clear that a single word could have saved this life. Words have power. Words are power. Words could be your power. You can change a life, inspire a nation, and make this world a beautiful place. Isn't that what we all wanted? Isn't that why we are all in this hall? Your mouth can spit venom, or it can mend a broken soul. Ladies and gentlemen, let that be our goal. Can't you, sir?
There's not just one message, there's like different instances. And he speaks so vividly with his body language, like with his son, and then also later with his friends. It's just very, you can just clearly see that he's on the phone, you know, so that's something I could definitely improve on. And then the storyline, right? From beginning to end, there's the cigarette. And it's just a full loop. It's weaved together so well. So yeah, those are three things that for me stand out.
Thanks.
Besides the power of silence, which for me he was so confident in taking those spaces to hear and feedback from the audience. That's such an incredible skill to have. But I think he was also so authentic, like when he spoke to his child, hey, 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 don't draw on the wall, you know. He just said it, you know, in the speech we might feel a little bit more hesitant to be so open. So the authenticity for me came out really, really strong, and related with the audience. And we can all relate to the stories that he speaks about. You know, we've all had an instance where you tell your child to do something, and they look at you and they're like, no, I'm going to carry on doing it. And he just completely picked it up so well.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, go.
And I think
But yes.
I think he told us about in the beginning you can smoke you can smoke cigarette. After the cigarette we can maybe your life is dead. After cigarette you can take heroin or another drugs.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Michaela.
He started with facts, like facts that were relatable in a sense, but that also made you question everything about you, where you thought you believed in something. So after you got your shock factor, he then brought in facts that everyone could relate to.
Yeah, like
and
a kid.
then, yeah, exactly. But also with the whole diabetes and everything, kind of making you put down that Snicker bar when you tuned your friend earlier for having a cigarette.
Yeah.
So it brought you in further, and you had no idea he was going to take you down to a child's level of drawing in a crown. So he took you up and down to death, coming back to life, full circle, like
Nice.
I said, cigarettes.
Good observation. Thank you. Nice. Good.
Story, like it's happened to me for me. Because my father he smoke. So like died. But my father talk to him. Oh, he big guy like that, respect and fun like that. Please want you like that. Cause this story, you know, guys, it's happening in my country more for this. Regret and more we maybe of trials or like that. First, you know, like just regret. Yeah, and we do bad.
Okay, so this hit home for you tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Can I get some more?
Sure. Yeah, for me there was quite a deep meaning there. And when he started off and he said that the son phoned him and he said, I'm busy. And I'm so sensitive when people say I'm busy because like perhaps what you've been through, Mohammed, I think you should be so careful in the world of just telling people be busy, busy, busy all the time. There is a busy syndrome, but I think that we should be much more sensitive in the world and say, I'm busy, but I'll get back to you, or I'm so sorry, I'm busy. But so I try and make it a common rule that if I tell someone I'm busy, I always say to them, well, I don't always, but I try to say, I will come back to you, I can come back to you tonight, tomorrow. And I think the message there is that we can get so caught up in our worlds that, and especially as parents, I'm not a parent myself, but perhaps I'm guilty of this with my students. I try very hard not to be there, that we can get so caught up in our worlds that we can just make people feel irrelevant and unimportant. And we can get deeply hurt by that.
Okay.
And even if we are busy with whatever we're doing, we need to sort of feel in a way that's conscious that the other person may need our attention at some point. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you what I took out of it. And so just the message I got is just be kind. You never know what the other person's going through. And if you can just be kind, a lot of words will not be spoken. You can just think kindness. What I would teach him to do, or what I would encourage him to do, this, you see the suit he wears? He wore like a dark suit, light shirt, and a light tie. That didn't stand out, and the suit was tied. So he looked very stiff. He didn't relate to me. If he had opened the suit up, wore like a darker tie, he would have been more relatable to me. Just, he looked unapproachable, the stiff, you know, I'm tightened up, I'm not going to connect to you. So that's the part that I would have coached him on. And the thing that I would steal from him is his humor, the way he's able to intersect that across all of the things. And something that is like death, to be able to bring humor into that is very difficult. And I think that is what I would take from him. Thanks.
Very thought-provoking. Where is the gentleman from? Which country?
Emirates, right?
Is it Emirates?
Emirates. Yeah.
Do you know? You said you said from
No,
Saudi Arabia.
Jeremy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I must say, having taught a lot of Saudis lately, and with Saudis and Yemenis here tonight, I love his warmth and his sensitivity to emotion, and I see that in all of you as well. So thank you. I love that. Okay, so we are now going to go into dinner break. We'll be back at 19:40. Maybe I'll be kind and just push it another 5 minutes so we don't have to rush back because I hate rushing. But anyway, those online can go into the breakaway rooms. Is that right? And, yes, and have a chat and have the dinners, everything. So the dinners will be served out there, and enjoy it. And we'll see you back here at 20 to 8. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
No, don't stop here.
Is everyone back in? Yeah. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We're starting the second half of our evening, and I'm going to hand over immediately to our Toastmaster.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks so much to Chantal. I hope you all enjoyed the snackies. They always look so yummy and are so yummy. So what we're going to move on to now is a fun part of the evening, which is table topics. And Kevin Robinson, Kevin, you're up there. Kevin Robinson has come up with some topics for the evening. They're Kevin's choice. And so it's a maximum of, is it 1 to 2 minutes maximum, hey?
Yeah, 1 minute is green and then 2 minutes is red.
Great, okay. So over to Kevin for our table topic section of the evening, which is always great fun. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks. Thanks very much, and good evening, everybody. So I was actually thinking about what to select as topics, and I ended up having quite an interesting discussion with a friend, a work colleague, and he actually is living in Kigali with his wife, and he was talking to me and saying like, yeah, we're just trying to decide where we're going on holiday. So we're busy considering Djibouti, Somaliland, and coming to Cape Town. So I was like, okay, wow, that's quite an interesting selection there. And for me personally, Cape Town would have been a lovely choice. But anyway, so it kind of got me thinking with the subject of the evening being Crossroads. Traveling to a certain extent is like coming up to a crossroads because you're always making decisions. So if I can call the first volunteer for tonight, I believe that some people have already through the sign-up sheet have already said that they are willing to participate. So can I start with calling up Lawrence, please?
Oh, sorry, Lawrence is actually not here.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
Sally? So Sally, while you're just coming up to the front, what I'd like you to share with us is, as I mentioned, the friend, he had quite an interesting choice for me of destinations. So if you were going on a vacation, your ideal holiday, typically what are the kind of things you'd look at, or a type of destination you'd choose for some time away?
I would love to have it some time away. And the place that comes up for me all the time is a little island. I don't even know where it is. Well, it's kind of off Tanzania, I think. It's called Lamu.
Oh, yeah.
Never been, but I want to go. And I just have this very idealistic view of it. And I imagine arriving on a little boat. And I imagine somebody coming with a nice hot towel to say, have you pampering me? And then I have this vision of walking up some little cobblestones to a little villa where someone else will pamper me. And I envision clear blue skies and clear blue sea. And I just imagine pure peace and relaxation. But taking me back to standard 8 when I was 16, I had a bit of reservation about Lamu because I was off to Mauritius on a family holiday and it was a disaster. I drew it for months before I left, palm trees and sunrises and sunsets. When we arrived in Mauritius, it was pissing with rain. And I slept the first morning and I was obviously a teenager and moaning like a banshee. And then the next morning I went to breakfast and I slipped again and I just hated Mauritius. But I'm having a better luck in Lamu. Thank you.
Thanks very much for that. And I think I'm definitely there. I'm going to go and have a look and see what that's all about. Is Julia there?
Yes.
Julia, while you get up, maybe you can share. So for me, when I travel, I quite like to kind of just, for me, it's more about people and experience and what have you. My wife is completely different. She likes us like very planned. We've got to do this, and this with timing allocations. So what kind of holiday do you like? Are you kind of like the GPS where everything has to be done out famously, or you kind of like a rough idea, or just pitch up and figure out? What is your preference for some time away?
It's very interesting that you choose me to answer this question. You know what my profession is? Someone knows what my profession is? I am a tourist guide and a travel agent. I have a tour operating company. So my perfect holiday is just in my dreams. Because what I do is not having a perfect holiday or dreaming about a perfect holiday. What I do is giving other people the perfect, not only holiday, but the perfect moment for them to connect in their memory for later. Sometimes I do complain that I like to have the perfect holiday. And then when I reflect and I do a little bit of meditation on it, I very often realize, and now I come to your answer, to my answer to your question, that my life, and especially giving other people the perfect holiday, is actually that I live holiday. My life is a living holiday. My life, I think holiday sounds a little bit cheap. Let's call it different. Can I use a different word to answer your question? What was your question again?
It was more around what kind of a tourist are you? Do you like a very specific planned
But you said
agenda or
holiday,
just
not a word. Did you say holiday?
yeah, time away, time down.
Okay. Can someone give me a nicer word for holiday? Break out, break time, vacation, time for yourself, love for yourself, love with someone.
Escape.
Escape. Okay. Before I get overtime, I'm not overtime. Okay. I think you all got my point. And the main point here is, and I go even more overtime, there is not such a thing like a holiday we go on if we just see it like this. If we step back and recreate every morning, and I'm going for the last 2 weeks, every morning at 6 o'clock in this cold sea swimming, it feels for me like a holiday. I know it's cold, but it feels for me a holiday. So our holiday and my holiday is actually waking up every day and make the day for the best day in my life. And that is what possibly brings me to the perfect holiday.
Thanks very much for that, and it's always always admire the amount of time people prepare spending or spent or time spent preparing for other people's vacations. So I really admire what you do, and glad to hear that you are living your, let's say, ideal lifestyle, if I understood correctly, on a daily basis. Can we maybe get Gabrielle? Are you interested in doing a table topic?
Hi, Kevin.
Yes, hi.
It's a risky one now.
Well, I thought that seeing that you do spend quite a bit of time traveling, maybe you could share with us. I know certainly what my preference is, but when you're preparing to go on a journey, you've got that terrible 9, 10, 12-hour flight overseas somewhere. So what kind of things do you like doing? Do you how do you relax on the plane? Are you listening to music, podcasts, are you watching TV? You know, what kind of things do you do to kind of try and arrive at least a little bit refreshed, prepared for your time with your
Always like to
family?
eat on the plane. Always excited about seeing the menu. But it depends what we're doing overseas. I prepare it myself. It's my spirit speaking.
Someone just joined. Okay, did you join? Just mute your.
No, but I'm muted.
Laptop sound.
So depending what we are doing in the holidays, and we discovered 8 years ago that going on the scooter on a motorbike is the best thing to do, because we love to be in nature, we love to be silent, and we love to just live in the moment. And we discovered that 8 years ago, my husband and my 2 boys. And so when we are traveling, then I sit in the plane and I look already at the area where we are going, whether it's something exotic or whether it's something very mundane or it's something very boring, depends where we start. And my dream going into the direction has been Morocco, but we got stuck last year in Spain because my husband had an accident and broke his leg. So therefore, I'm preparing in the aeroplane a little bit the area where we are going. I enjoy as well what's on offering on the screen. There are sometimes movies you haven't seen, or I just put a little dope into my mouth and rest and sleep so that the next morning I will arrive fresh and can start to collect the bike. Try to put my luggage from 30 kilograms down to only 20, while the guys only have that. Doesn't matter, one has to be prepared for everything. And these are all the things I'm considering when I'm flying. What do I take and where we're going, and looking forward to have the fun with the guys. And I think that's all I can share about preparations in the plane. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much for that. I used to travel so much that I had my seat number. The travel agent who did the booking for me always knew exactly which seat I wanted to sit in. And normally I was fast asleep by the time the plane took off. So yeah, definitely not a fun experience for me flying anymore. I've just done it so much. Can we maybe get a volunteer from the room? Is there a guest who would like to?
Ahmed would like to go.
Ahmed, yeah.
Okay.
Ahmed is not English is not his first language, so you just maybe to say the question twice, you know, whatever.
Yeah, sure. So Ahmed, during my time traveling both personally and professionally, something that I've found is that people have very, very different dietary choices. Some people love to just experience the local cuisine, whatever that might be, whether it's street food or some kind of specialty restaurants. And some guys on the other extreme where they will not eat anything apart from something that they will know. And one example of that was I had one client who they only ate like KFC when we were in China traveling together. So that got pretty boring. So when you travel, what kind of food do you like? How do you like enjoying it?
So firstly, I want to thank everyone here for giving me this opportunity to speak about my experience when I had a plan and from Saudi Arabia to Cape Town. I get Qatar flight, so I never think the food was very. It's not good because I feel very tired when I eat. So every 5 minutes I have to go to bathroom. So I can't sleep. I can't do anything. Next to me, old man, and I can't to wake up him, and I told him I want to go bathroom. So next to me, two couples. So they watch movie, they laugh every moment. So I am between them. So that time I told the flight assistant to let me sit with you. I don't want to sit in my chair. And so after that, I stay with him. I let him, I want to stand up in next bathroom better than them. So it was very terrible. 14 hours next to them. And I told them, really, I want to sit with you better than them. The old man, he hated me because every moment I told him I want to go bathroom because my stomach is very, get a sound, and the food was very terrible. So I prefer to sit next to window and next to bathroom better. So I'd like to travel by cars better than plane because you can stop anywhere you want. Also, the car is better for me.
Thanks very much for that. Last one, Alex, are you happy to take a topic?
Oh, yeah.
Alex, I mean, I'm very much a morning person and I love to get up early and enjoy things. I know I've traveled with people who are completely opposite and sleep until 2 o'clock and party until probably about 6 a.m. in the morning. So when you travel, what are the kind of things, or, you know, what's the time of day that you enjoy and why do you enjoy that specific time of day?
So, ladies and gentlemen, usually people love to travel by group, but I love to travel alone because I can wake up at the time I want. Because I can go anywhere at the time I wanted. So usually I prefer to travel alone. Like now, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, but because I didn't have to wake up in the early morning, so that's why I choose to be here. So I'm a person who usually like stay awake at midnight. So I prefer to travel along. Therefore, there's always no issue about waking up at a certain time or go closer to the at a certain time. So I prefer to stay alone, so I can go anywhere I like. I can do whatever I want when I was traveling. Thank you so much.
Thanks for that.
We got another Alex that stood up.
Yeah, we kind of got a bit mixed up there. Sorry for that. Alex in the room.
Alex in the room.
So Alex, while you're coming to the front, when you travel, what are the kind of accommodations that you like? You know, are you very much like a 5-star hotel kind of person, more like an Airbnb, or you just like getting a tent? When you travel, what is your preference and why?
That's actually a really good question. So if we travel, I usually, as we discussed before, I'm at home. I'm the in charge of organizing the trip. So I plan it actually out. My wife actually allows me to do all the planning. So what I figured out is actually the best way of organizing it is if you start low key and then you constantly build it up. So ideally you have the best hotel in the end, right? So our last trip was actually to Mauritius, and we started out in smaller guest houses, more like hostels in the beginning, traveled around, did a lot of trips, hiking, biking, a lot of different sports. It was great and building up slowly and ended up in a 5-star all-inclusive resort. In the end, was actually my first time I was in such a resort, but it was great. And if you build it up constantly, then I think and you end off at the most relaxing and nicest place to stay. So then I think it's the perfect end of a vacation. So yeah, that's my.
And we've reached our time. So with that, I'll hand back to our Toastmaster for the evening.
Thank you.
I've got a bit of a condition. So some really great table topics there, and I think everyone rose to the occasion extremely well. So now if we can turn to our lovely Halanda, who is going to give us the timekeeper's report on all the table topics. So over to Halanda. Thank you, Halanda.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Well, the times are for Sally, that is the first one, I have 1 minute and 19 seconds. Then for Julia, I have 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Then I have Gabrielle with a time of 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Hamid, I have 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Then Alex, I have 49 seconds. Well done, Alex. And for other Alex in the room, I have 1 minute and 16 seconds. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Helanda, for that very precise report. So now the exciting part is you are going to vote for the best table topic speaker. Perhaps when you do vote, you can put Alex in the room and Alex online, because they're two, aren't they? So I think we'll refer to you, Alex, as Alex in the room, if that's okay. It sounds a bit, but anyway, and then Alex online. So if you can just pick up that, if you're having trouble with your phone, you can always just write it on a piece of paper and just give it to our president who's doing the voting. Okay.
We haven't done about it. Am I missing one?
No,
It'll come up again. We'll just use it again.
no, it's just two. So
Why is there a none?
because the not happening.
None. So we want to choose. We can't.
Okay, we're going to move on to the evaluations now. So Sean, who is going to give David an evaluation, if we can call up Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, David. So I loved the loud shirt. I'm not looked that very well. When I saw you coming on, I thought, whoa, that's a loud shirt. And immediately it made me pay attention to you because I could see like your presence. I just saw how you were looking. And then you went into the story about Brad, this best man, and I was thinking, I wonder where this is going, you know. And you spoke about Schwarzenegger movies and the dad jokes, and I was going, yeah, I can relate to a bit of that, you know, like locker room talk, boys. And then you went into like that you were going to raves, and I went, I could picture myself with these guys, but I was just trying to work out what the angle was and where we were going with this. And then you said he came out as a bisexual. I went, whoa, oof, geez, that hit me hard. And like I'm now paying attention. I'm going, whoa, okay. So this is now like getting real. And that's a very tricky subject to raise about, you know, differences in people. It's not an easy subject to be talking about. And I went, Oh, gee, okay. So I'm really evaluating like a topic here today. So the things that I really thought were good is it was very good body language, good gestures, good use of your hands, good use command of the stage. You were able to walk from one side to the other. You kept me focused when your hands moved. The way your hands moved allowed me to engage with you. I'll come to the things to improve just now and you invited, you said things like that really touched me, like Brad invited a person to a party with an open heart and got a closed mind. That really landed. Those were strong, impactful messages that I went, whoa, that's like that. I was in that party. I was standing at the empty punch bowl going, oh, gee, that wasn't a good move. And then when you have your word, when you have your words pushed down to lift to I wrote this badly. When you have words push someone down to lift yourself up. So when you're trying to at someone else's expense, make yourself look better. That was very powerful discrimination, comparative language, which really brought it home about, this thing about your best friend. And I was trying to connect it all the time to who is this best friend? What is he? And it's how he was discriminated against that was bringing that back to me all the time about the best friend. And then bursting the bubble of discrimination. And then your message of discrimination, that fear of difference, because that's a fear a lot of us have, is we fear difference and we step away. That causes us to discriminate. And I'm going to go to what I would like you to improve, because I'm now running the clock. So I would keep the theme to 3 topics and have that golden thread. The part where you brought in the woman into that sort of drifted it a bit. You needed to keep it concise. You could have kept it just with him, and that would have landed so much stronger. You need to just put some more pauses in. It ran a bit. You need to be able to slow it down. And when you show remorse for when you called him names about his masculinity or his difference, your body language needs to show that same remorse. And that is what I would have used to improve. Thank you.
Thank you to Sean for that superb evaluation. I also loved your bright shirt, David. Really, it was such a good idea. And I think such a perfect perfect dress for the topic that you were speaking about, to bring that colorful awareness to such a sensitive and discriminatory topic. So well done. Yeah. So now we are going to call Chantal up to evaluate Alex. We look forward to your evaluation on Alex.
Your face, Alex, but I'm going to have to speak to the camera. Thank you very much for your topic. I loved it. I actually just spoke on this last week, so it's a topic very close to my heart. So fantastic that I got to evaluate that. And once again, we look at the relevance of topics, incredibly relevant. Your message was interesting, and I was kept on the edge of my seat. I kept on wondering, and that is such a good speech when you're like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So I love that, and keep that. You held our attention very well. And I love the backdrop of your story, the hotel world. Very interesting to us. We don't know much about it. People don't know much about it, but we, as staff, but a lot of people are in hotels and things like that. So I think it's a great backdrop to your story, and so that's really, really good. The speech value, the topic power of words has value. You had good ideas, logic, and original thought. Good use of body language and gestures. With your voice, you had good vocal variety, but I think you can improve on that, use that a bit more. Your manner is direct and enthusiastic, so that's good. And you had great humor with Lady Shark, and I prefer Lady Gaga. I think we all remember that, and that was a great line. See your face, Alex? Okay, Alex. To improve, I think there needs to be, I'm not sure if it's a bit of practice, or obviously you're nervous, you're quite, it's quite a lot of pressure to give a speech. So you need to practice calming down so that it flows a bit better, especially for a contest at the contest level. And I would get someone to check your grammar. And I'm sure, I think English is not your first language, so I mean, so I think get someone to perhaps look at that. There was a sentence, huge trouble, that would be incorrect, for instance, and the supervisor was sort of different, isn't excellent English. So just get someone to go over that. And then with your speech pattern, I would look at where to slow down, and I would use more pauses, which is obviously a really difficult thing, but I struggle with that myself. So just to pause more and practice that. And especially where you express the sadness of the moment when the supervisor was really mean to you, I think that should hit really hard and land, and ready for you to take a moment that we can really take that in with you. So to recap, great topic, interesting content, and good logical flow of the story to improve the grammar and the flow. Thank you for an interesting and entertaining speech.
Chantal, yes, you see, Alex also had a very bright shirt. Alex online had also had a very bright shirt during your speech, which I also thought was super, out there. Okay, so back to Halanda again. Halanda is a busy bee this evening. Back to Halanda again for our timekeeper's report on our superb evaluators. Thank you, Halanda.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. For Xian, I have 3 minutes and 42 seconds. And for Chantal, I have 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
So now, some more fun for the evening. If we can call up our lovely Sally, and Sally's role, just to recap, is grammarian. So Sally's listened out for all the grammatical errors. Wonderful for my students to listen to. Over to Sally, thank you.
Chantel's more expert at that. So I basically listen to more from little anecdotes and cute sentences. So for David, I loved who's this genius I've sat next to. I love that phrase. And for people who are second language English is opposite ends of the rainbow. It's a really sweet phrase to use when you're talking about someone who's very different to you. We're opposite ends of the rainbow. It means we complement each other, but we're so different. And as Sean said, I loved open heart, but you were rewarded with a closed mind. I found that really profound, and I loved that sentence. Alex, I also loved your Lady Shark and Lady Gaga. I'll remember that one. And although it wasn't correct English, I loved take a breathe and calm down. Normally it's like take a breath and calm down, but I love take a breathe and calm down. It's right, but it's wrong. And I also love the tongue is small, but it can destroy others. I've heard of a phrase called your words are your swords. So you put the S in front of the words and it becomes your swords. It's a very similar thing. And from our educational that we listened to, I loved I'm busy. Is a single sentence, so I'm busy is a single sentence that broke the camel's back. So if you're second language English, it's a very strange phrase, but it's so meaningful. It's like the last, it's just destroys it all. It's like breaks, because camels take so much weight, but eventually they just collapse. I love that. Catherine, my only thing I got you on is you said the thumb of rule. Isn't it the rule of thumb? I don't know, but I was like, yes, I got something. No, not something, but Catherine's normally so good at this. And busy as a bee. I love that expression that Catherine used because we spoke about it a lot. It came up in one of the speeches about being busy, how it can offend people.
but we often use the busy as a bee as a very good descriptive way of saying someone who's very, very busy, because bees are very busy. But thank you. And the only one who used the word of the day is bang, but I don't know whether I missed it. Anyone else? Well done.
Really comprehensive, Nicole. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. And now, if we can turn to the bang for all the R's and Ers and ums and all those crutch words that people use. I know I'm the queen of the ums, so we'll see how many. Thank you.
You actually did fantastically well, Catherine. You were at 21 ums. But I say that because somebody's actually beaten you, and I'll get to that. 21 ums, 13 so's, 2 ers, 2 repeats, and 3 ands. The person that's beaten you is Kevin with 31 ums, 9 ers, 5 so's, 4 repeats, and 3 ands. And I suspect some of it is because he's had to sort of explain the question so people get it. Then Sean had 4 ums, 6 so's, and 5 ands. Chantal, 4 ums, 8 ers, 4 so's, and 2 repeats. Alex online, 2 ers, 3 so's, and 2 repeats. Gabrielle, 4 ums, 1 Ahmed, 1 9 so's, 1 repeat, and 1 and. Alex in the room, 4 ums, 2 ers, and 2 so's. And the last person, which I think was very interesting because in her speech, she absolutely had none of these words. But when she was giving the grammarian report, she had 9 ums and 1 so. That's Sally. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Bang, we have to thank you. You did the job really, really well. I'm very aware now of my ums and ers, thanks to you. So well done for that. Very, very precisely and accurately done. Thank you. And now we call up Julia. It's so nice to be sitting back and having some giggles as somebody else takes this role for our fine master role. Julia, thank you.
First of all, so first of all, I find myself 50 ways. Oh, wow. It gives you a little bit, so everyone who has no money, I put a little bit in for you. So why I'm finding myself? Because I'm so proud of myself. Because I had no no so, no nothing. And I don't remember that I spoke so many words like in this meeting. So I'm super impressed by myself and I give myself a 50. I definitely have a party with myself later. You know what, with the flowers, I have to give myself more money. And I tell you what, and I tell you why. I give another 50. Because tomorrow is my mother's birthday. Oh, wow. And you know what's coming.
Regifting's not a thing, eh?
I must. I must. She just arrived yesterday. She leaves in 4 days. And I had to decide either go to the Toastmaster meeting or I go to the supermarket and get myself, my mother, flowers. I will tell her the story, but I will put it tomorrow on the birthday. So that is why the 100 were inside. I make many, many notes. And I tried as much and as good as possible to be Catherine. And it's just not working for me. So I have to play the game a little bit different. I go now around, I just choose randomly someone. So Michaela, I find you because we missed you so long. It was so, I really, really missed you. And I'm so happy you are back and I hope you stay back.
You've got me good.
Okay, fantastic. So you're welcome to give whatever you like.
This is my transaction. Because
With Michaela.
I don't know who carries cash, but I appreciate the effort. 50 Rand.
Okay. What I learned in the past is that it is very nice to acknowledge everyone and to say something. We are just too many. I wish I could say and appreciate every one of you and find every one of you. I just do this now and I go very slowly. Well, would you like to? Yes. Yeah. Thank you for following your friend. I think this is so important. So I find you for following your friend and not doing it earlier, actually. Sean, you are just so super professional. Just give me more. Well, nice evaluation. Gabriele, for your innocence with your white shirt and your sauce, it's so nice that you keep saying sauce because you take all the pain. Andrea, thank you for the nice note for me. This is very lovely. Chantel, your evaluation was just wonderful. It was a great evaluation. Nice to see you develop like this.
Thank
Did
you.
you
I did. Yeah.
Alexander and Tisha. Thank you for being back a second time. It's so nice to return us. So I thank you for that. Thank you for bringing Japan into this room and being good friends with, and I'm not going to party with you later, but there are more beautiful ladies sitting here. You should take one out. If not, I'll find you next time much more. Ahmed, and next time please have a cigar.
I have card, but I didn't take cash.
Oh, okay. So I take cards.
We take cards.
No problem. That's not good. So what do you want to be fine? Are you coming back? No, depends on the card. I don't find you because I want you to be gentle.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. You want to be kind for something? Oh, you have such a nice smile. Okay. Jan, thank you for, not thank you. I find you because I didn't hear much from you. This is possibly the most terrible thing I can say to you because this is possibly something you don't want to hear. So my apologies. I think it's just nice that you come here to space. So Jeremy, why you want to be kind?
I told you to find yourself because you coughed.
Ah, okay.
I'll find myself.
Okay. How's the soccer going?
Yes, exactly.
I find you for watching soccer today.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. So I got my 5 minutes full, right? I like to say something to Herlanda. I think that's very sweet that I came up with this. You're not only the timekeeper today, you are again the smile keeper.
You need a fine.
You need to find me.
Yeah, you need to be fined again.
Yes, I'll find you for that.
Western Union.
Okay, there are many more things. Guys, thank you so much for listening to me and play the game. Don't be upset if I offended you. It's just a game, okay? Love you lots. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So thanks to Julia, I think she did a great job. And the only person you didn't find in the room was me. I was all ready with my my measly find.
Oh, shame.
No, you don't have to
It's
go
okay.
find.
Where's your wallet? Where's your wallet? My friend.
There you go. What? Okay, thanks to Julia for that too. So now is the exciting time when we learn who the winner is. Is there a winner and a runner? Or just a winner?
Have we voted? Just voted, but
Sorry?
you could just say all the nights and.
Oh, okay. So Justine is going to come forward and give the award for the table topics winner. Thank you to our.
Do you have a close you want to just close on?
So yes, just to say to you all, it's been such a wonderful evening. I think we've said before, it's been incredibly cosmopolitan, probably one of the most cosmopolitan meetings with all the different nationalities and the lovely qualities and cultures and what have you of those nationalities coming through with our Angolans and our Thai and that lovely Scottish accent too there from you, Jane. Thank you for that. So we look forward to our president's report and ending and who the winner of our table topics are. Thank you. Drive safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Ask you to please give Catherine another big round of applause. Thank you so much, Catherine, for holding space and for helping ensure that the evening just ran smoothly and didn't pop a day. Thank you. And to our speakers online, David and Alex, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been lovely having you, hearing your story, hearing your message. So thank you for sharing it with us. To our table topics people, thank you. You guys were amazing. You all had really lovely messages to share. And they were so enjoyable. And everyone seemed as if they just went with the flow, were comfortable, stood up here, and you owned your stage. So well done to you all. Congratulations. I just want to thank each and every one of our ToastEd members, because you guys make this event possible. Without all of you, and we've got a lot of our members missing tonight, but without all of you, we wouldn't be here and we wouldn't have this amazing energy and this amazing group of people that we are all together. So thank you all so much. Then to our wonderful guests. So we've got a couple of guests in the room that I just want to go around the room, and please can you share with me, what is your takeaway from this evening? I started with you last time, so I'm going to start this way and make our way this way. So please think about what is your takeaway from tonight and share with us your takeaway. Nicole.
I think you can definitely overcome your fear, just like you said in the beginning. It's all about fear and just overcoming that. And if I look at the people who spoke, when I said to you, like, how do you do it? And you're like, this isn't how I started. So it's just a practice. So I admire that.
Great, thank you. Alex, are we seeing you again as a member?
Hopefully, I think I'll definitely be back. Looking forward to it. Again, another great evening tonight. Thanks again for giving me the opportunity to even pick up the table topics.
Yeah.
That wasn't really voluntarily, but
we did right.
I'm really impressed with the level of speakers. The topics that were discussed were super interesting and a lot of things to learn also from the evaluation. Super well done. It's very interesting for me to see what you focus on, that you even can get better if you're already on a very good level. So that's really impressive.
Amazing.
Thank
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's just it was a really great evening. So yeah, thank you for having me again.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm really excited to be back as well. And I think from this, it was a very good topic as well, the Crossroads. So I think I'm a bit more motivated to jump in with 2 feet and yeah, try and take a new challenge on and develop the way that I've seen, like, to the level of the speakers that I've seen today. So yeah, thanks for having me, and yeah, it was a good evening.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course, I'm very glad to join such a wonderful meeting. But to be honest, I can't often hear what they are saying in English. But yeah, but this meeting would be big motivation for me to improve English, because I want to understand more what you're saying in English. Thank you tonight.
Thank you. Well done on your table topic. That was very brave. Well done.
Thank you.
What is your takeaway?
First, it's first time to speak with around people, and I like the topic Crossroads. And for 2 years, I went meeting like that to have a speaker and get more solutions, because even in your life you will get some crossroads, and it's nice when we talk. We only like talk about this topic. It's nice to listen what another person will give you another solution for it. And I want to thank everyone to encourage me if I do wrong. And I like the person who, after what you do, give you a mistake, because today I am very proud for everyone here. And thank you, and you will see me next time. And I like that.
What is your takeaway?
So my takeaway is speeches don't have to be boring. They can be so multifaceted. I quite enjoyed what's his name? Mohammed Katai's
Yes.
There was a lot of variation in the humor. Felt like he was acting at some point and still getting the message across so powerfully. So yeah, the aspiration is to, hopefully get close to that level. So yeah, that was my takeaway.
Amazing. Baby steps. Adele?
Okay, well done. It is a beautiful night with you, and because it is my dream, so one from my dream, but it is this moment. I'm sorry. It is this moment is for me one from my dreams, and thank you. Nice for see you.
I particularly enjoyed the seeing the live speeches and then the evaluations, a couple of different perspectives on that. So the result of that giving quite a few things that one can take away from having seen this it in practice, and then a genuine evaluation of that. So it's quite useful and profound way to pick up skills.
Awesome. Thank you. Jan.
That was an interesting experience. First, I was very intimidated, especially seeing the level of first two speakers. Luckily, the second part of the topics felt a lot more accessible.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun and relaxed, and yeah. Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
The kidnapper.
The kidnapper, exactly.
So for me, it's about what I really enjoy is the future. Because that's my area.
Yeah.
Is how you can use take a complex topic and land a message in a very simplistic way, but still hit people hard, right? So I think for me, it was how that narrative was sort of crafted in a sense. So that is what I really, really enjoy.
Amazing takeaway. Thank you.
I enjoyed it very much, and the craziest thing is for the longest time I've obviously been speaking to people and listening. And what I learned tonight, or take away, is the speaker obviously one person or group to be interested first and listen. And I feel like it's important that you hold your tone. Body language is also important. And for the listener, me looking at people doing speeches, I am going to follow the pace, follow the facial expressions. And yeah, that's a whole lot that I love to do.
Wow, amazing.
And I am behind the camera person and not in front, but next time when I come, I would love to do a table talk.
There's a next time. What is your takeaway?
How are you guys? This guy is my first thing I come here, and not good for speaking English, but it's okay. You understand or like that. Don't lie, I love it. Or this one. No, it's my favorite because you guys, you speak, I listen. For me, because I come here in Cape Town for study English like that. Yes. For me, I'm good for listening. Yes. But when I want to speak, I can't. More words. Because that's, I love it. I love it too much. Thank you guys.
If I could just interrupt Justin for 1 second before she does the awards, just a reminder to do your woohoo notes. It's really lovely as a speaker to go away with them, and the committee have the 2 online speakers. Was there 1 or 2?
Yeah, I've got both of them. Yeah,
both of the detail. If you want to screenshot and woohoo note and send it to them, try and get these out. Thank you.
Mohammed, sorry, I wanted to say you were speaking though. You were sitting here and you were speaking.
Yes.
So you were listening all night, but you're speaking too.
Yes,
so
yes,
take those
I stay
victories.
here in Cape Town 3 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not my student, but I was afraid, but I
Okay.
wish he was.
Yeah, no, you're speaking. So well done. So usually we have awards for our best speaker and our best evaluator, but we have no evaluators. None, because we had only 2 speakers and only 2 evaluators. We like to make it fair and happy and all those fun things. So we have got our awards for best table topic. Quickly do our whole Oh gosh, sorry, I stopped share instead of. Okay, drum roll, please. And you were still like, did I say yes?
I don't remember ticking the box.
You
but that's
did.
good. Sometimes
I
do
wouldn't
these-
lie.
Sometimes I do these things.
Okay, hold on, I want to take a photo, because that was video.
Oh, gosh.
Just hold on, just wait, I want
It's all on there.
Sally, is this your best side?
No.
Okay, ready.
Okay,
Done.
got it.
Thank you. Well done, Sally.
Take me a crossroads now.
Yes.
What was your word of the day? Intercepted that.
So we've all been in a crossroad in our life. And what I want to just remind you of, because I think you all know this, but it's nice to be reminded, and I've been reminded of it quite recently, well, within the last year, is to trust your gut, it's like your second brain, and to trust your intuition. I had an experience with a doctor that I was trying to get a diagnosis for my mom, and she just wasn't, I mean, I'm not a doctor, I know that, but I knew that something wasn't right. And this doctor was telling me that I need to be more patient, and she's just got a little bit of memory problems, and I just must be patient. And normally, I suppose if you have someone telling you that's a doctor, you're like, okay, cool, fine, we'll move on and all will be good. But something inside of me was like, I know that this is actually not what she is telling me it is. So I trust myself, I trust my intuition, I trust my gut. And I went and found another doctor who then gave me a diagnosis that not what I was wanting, but it was something that I was like, okay, great. Now it is something that we can deal with as a family, and we now know how to best help my mom going forward. And so it was just such a big reminder to me to be like, when something is not working out for you, not quite to get your way, but when something is not feeling right, is to trust your gut and trust your instincts. So I just want to remind you all of that. I thank you all for a wonderful evening. Our next meeting is on the 19th of March. It is online, and the theme is It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Love that. So thank you all so very much. Have a wonderful week going forward, and I will see you all online on the 19th. Thank you.